In an age of skyrocketing divorce rates, is it really possible to make love last? Welcome to the Falling in Love Forever show with Doctors Barbara and Michael Grossman, the well-known relationship experts and best-selling authors of The Marriage Map book. Each week, they share the latest information to help you enjoy your romantic partnerships so you can fall in love forever. Here are your hosts, Doctors Barbara and Michael Grossman.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Grossman,
I'm Dr. Barbara Grossman.
and we're here to talk about fulfilling romantic relationships. My specialty is anti-aging rejuvenative medicine. And I love talking about what men and women can do to feel better and to have their lives work. And Dr. Barbara?
I see individuals and families and marriages. I help grow them and along the way they solve their problems and open up to greater horizons together of joy and connection.
So I want to think on a little bit about the different roles that men and women have and how their hormone physiology plays and impacts how life shows up to them and how it affects their own personal growth and development. So I want to think about that men and women are different from birth. So when you have little babies, 6-month-old babies, if they're a boy baby, they love to look at moving objects and they're really into motion and movement. And the girl babies are really into faces. They really focus on faces. And that's something that comes out of the physiology of the brain, because men have over 10 times the amount of testosterone that women have, and women have over 10 times the estrogen that men have. And this affects the brain. So the brain of women and men are different. We know that we can study PET scans and other scans of the brain, and we can tell that a man's brain is very focused on one thing, and a woman's brain is focused on everything all around them. And that would make sense in terms of evolution and survival, that you have the men who are hunting elephants and lions and bears and so on, and they had to focus on that animal, and they couldn't think about the last upset, they worry about this or that. They had to focus on that situation so that they could bring home the animal and then their family could survive with food. Whereas a woman, she was responsible for taking care of the kids, picking the berries, watching out for the weather, watching out for funny animals that come by, or other tribes that were unfriendly. And she had to take care of that and deal with all the kids and all the activities. So her brain is so structured that it really is able to take on many different things at once and be able to do that. And in general, that's the difference between a man's brain and a woman's brain. And we just know that's the case. You know, a man comes home from work, and he wants to sit down and relax, because now his brain can shut off and he just wants to watch the television and put the clicker on and watch one channel. Whereas a woman, she comes home, she says, oh my God, look at all these things have to be done. And the guy he doesn't care all that stuff around. He's just focused on that TV station, that's it. And he doesn't know what's going on. Whereas the woman, she sees all the stuff going on, and she's very, very much into making sure that everything is taken care of. And that's a general kind of a brain structure difference between men and women. Now, the question I have for you, Dr. Barbara, is how relationships and what kind of stresses are there going on now that perhaps weren't there 100 years ago?
Well, things are not as clear-cut as they used to be, because most of us in America today go to some kind of post-high school learning experience. And in college, we all learn to think. We're all looking to create a life of work and competence. And so young men and women both develop their thinking function. If after college you go on to develop and concretize your vocational goals and develop really a specialty, or develop a competency skills that gives you some amount of leadership or decision making or responsibility for others, your development, whether you're male or female, becomes very masculine. You learn to think and problem solve and strategize, and you learn that feelings is not how you lead. You lead with your thinking, and you think first before you speak. And you become very rational and responsible, and that's all great. Variations of what most young people do. If you learn, even if you don't go to college and you learn a technical skill, or you're an entrepreneur, you still have to manage competencies that cause you to be responsible and skillful. And so you have to think before you speak, and you have to organize your work. And so an adult function, the adult function of work really develops thinking. If you happen to stay home and decide to have children, because caretaking is a function that involves a lot of compassion and caretaking, your development is inclined to go on the feeling edge of things. And while it's a fabulous division of labor, it's also often a very difficult challenge for couples where the man is very developed in his thinking and the woman is very developed in her feeling. It could also be the reverse, where a man stays home. It would be the same thing. A man would be developed in connection and feeling and organization, but not so much in strategizing in a complex set of problems. And so having children, building a family, sadly, is a challenge for couples. And eventually, the disparity of development causes friction in a partnership. On the other hand, this friction challenges both partners to grow. The partner who has great brain development and thinking development has to grow compassion. The partner who is very feeling-oriented and compassionate has to grow their thinking. And this way, a relationship, if you are understanding the meaning of the disappointment and disconnection of this stage of your life, you can see how, I'm describing it intellectually, but you can see how it will force a couple to develop so that they meet in a connection that's rich with both feelings and thinking, where each partner can openly share the depths of their feelings and their desires, their vision for their life, and what they want, and they meet and recreate their relationship on a much richer level. And so this is inevitable, and it looks like a tragedy, but it really is a door and opportunity for great things.
Let me clarify. So you're saying, you're describing that if the man is out at work and doing his career and the woman is staying home with the kids, there's going to be a disconnect at a certain point because the man has ways and the woman may not have gone those ways, and that puts pressure on the relationship.
Yes.
And if they both are into the career, it also ultimately puts pressure on the relationship, even though they're both growing.
Yes, yeah. The pressure is that you have two individuals who are very developed in thinking and strategizing, but that connection to feelings is really lost in the world of work. Feelings don't belong in work. And so the couple will, there'll be such a mental, heady kind of, connection without the richness of feelings, that the relationship will feel flat and disappointing. It'll be more like a friendship. It'll feel more like you're problem solving together and not sharing richly, and passion will be a lot less.
So what we're teaching in our classes, in our Falling in Love Forever classes, we're teaching skills. And the skills allow the couple to grow in their feelings and to grow in their thinking. It presses them in both ways because we have specific exercises that make you look at how are you doing a relationship. And so they set of skills to learn, which require both develop feelings and thinking. And that's what couples need after they've been married some time. You're going from your 30s into your 40s. You're going to need these skills.
Yes, and what I mean by feeling, I mean reflective feeling, really deep self-understanding, sharing from one's greater perception of oneself and your experiences in life, where you really bring a depth of personality that is much richer. It's not just impulsive feeling. It's really sharing from really the soul. This creates a great connection, and together the partnership is thoroughly enriched, and it's a great platform to grow your family and to grow your life together as partners.
So it's important at some point in your growing development, going in from your 30s into your 40s or somewhere like that, you need to grow and be able to recognize that you have a relationship, but you're not the relationship. It's something you have, and you have to work on it. You have to mold it. You have to make it more solid. But you only can do it when you can step outside of it and you have skills that you're going to then bring into that relationship. When you're a teenager, you feel like you are your desires, and you have a desire for this and for that, and if it doesn't happen, you're real upset. When you're growing and developing more, you realize that your desires are important, but you have a bigger issue. You're now the relationship, you're now the family, you have a bigger, wider net of who and what you are, so that your own desires, you have to put them down and work on them. What we're suggesting is that you take our classes, and then you're going to learn how to recognize that you have a relationship, and you're going to make it better, and you have specific skills that you need to develop in order to improve your relationship.
Right, and the skills help you not only satisfy the needs of your family, and it also helps you at the same time understand what you need and what you want, so that there isn't the accumulation of resentments because you've sacrificed so much, and the self-righteousness that comes from feeling martyred, like you've given everything and you haven't gotten what you want. You can balance the needs of others with your own needs. Everyone wins as you grow like that. It's beautiful to watch. I want that for all my couples. You want to really journey together and reach these higher levels of integrated development so you can truly partner together.
Well, thank you all for being here with us. It's been a pleasure. You can go to our website, themarriagemap.com, get a lot of information. You can sign up for our classes and go to fallinginlovesecrets.com.
I think the next class starts January 19th, Sunday, 4 Sundays.
2020. So you can call us directly at 949-222-0232. We're happy to talk to you, and we wish you the best, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks.
Thank you for watching the Falling in Love Forever show with Doctors Barbara and Michael Grossman. Join us next week for another informative discussion to help you keep your love alive. Be sure to visit us at themarriagemap.com or find out about our relationship classes at fallinginloveforever.com.